Let's talk about Garrick Merrifields' wife, Lorrana, because she decided to open up more about things on her Instagram stories. So she posted some videos with some translations. So she said, I'm a little afraid to say something because they just use it against me, saying that I'm crazy or inventing things, that I'm out of control and that I have mental problems and I need a psychiatrist, among other things. But I'm tired of being quiet, going through everything, and always being patient, but I can't keep being quiet. She said, I'm trying to find alternatives of forms of communications and no answers. And my life is quiet because on the other side, it doesn't cooperate with me or doesn't give an answer, nothing. He treats me as if he had caught me on the corner, as if I was a nobody. My family and no one else don't answer. He only talks when he wants about things. He seems like he wants to humiliate me. It sounds like she's obviously talking about Garrick when she's talking about he. Then she goes on to say, first of all, I just want to put on record. Here is my means of communication to which I can tell what's going on in my life, what happened to me. I don't have a TV problem. I don't have other means to be able to talk to about everything that happened to me, and I'm really not going to be quiet anymore. And the way she's talking, it definitely makes it seem like they did not film another season of Seeking Sister Wife, so I wonder if they plan on bringing the Merrifields back for another season. Then she said, and I'm holding myself back from crying so they don't say that I'm making drama or something, because that's what they say. But not about us. I have people helping me. I have a couple of friends who are helping me. At least she has someone in her corner. But the other part is not collaborating with me, which is very difficult, which I'm assuming she's talking about Garrick and Danielle. And she said, and at this time I was silent in response for the other party because of the TV show, but not of us thinking on the other side and being in this situation, and no consideration with me from any of them. She said that since she separated and left the house, she doesn't sit and talk to them. She says she can't finish things or talk seriously, and she claims that Garrick has never came here for that, and when he does come to pick up her daughter, that he comes with Danielle every single time, so he never comes with himself, so she feels like they can never talk or get anything solved because she never really feels comfortable sitting down and talking to the both of them. Which I don't blame her, because in Danielle's eyes, Garrick can do no wrong, so she's going to side with him no matter what. So it's going to be a 2 versus 1 situation. And I'm sure that's not what Lorrana is trying to have. And then I translated her video that she was talking about all this from Portuguese to English, and this is what she said. And all this time I stayed quiet out of consideration for the other side, because of the TV show. But I can't do that anymore, people. I can't keep thinking about the other side and holding everything in, And that person doesn't communicate with me. I have to keep sending messages 1, 2, 3 times just to see if they'll respond. You understand? So it becomes really difficult. For you to have an idea, since the time we actually separated, I haven't sat down face to face with that person to have a conversation. This person never comes alone. They don't come by themselves. They always come with the other person. They never come here alone to pick up my daughter. Never. So guys, I just hope that maybe now, since I come out and shared a little bit of what's happening, that person will respond to me, and that other parties involved will come forward and respond to me as well. And then she said, and before anything else, I want to make it clear that this is the only way of communicating and expressing what's happening in my life, because I don't have a TV show and I don't have that kind of platform or support. Anyways, this is all I have to talk about everything I've been through and what's going on. I'm really tired. I'm even a little worried about how I can talk about things here, because people have already tried to paint me as crazy, as someone with mental health problems, as someone who needs a psychiatrist. Things like that could be used against me to claim that I'm out of control or something along those lines. But I'm tired of trying. Then she made a few more posts and she said, I'm really sorry, I don't like the exposure, and I'm not like that and I don't like it. Just not to get this negative margin of my trajectory, but it's been almost 3 months practically, and nothing has been done before. So many attempts, and always very understanding, Maybe this is defect to being very understandable ends up being silly. And before I could think only of myself, but now it's not about me, but it's about my daughter. So I have to open my mouth and talk. I'll talk. And I mean, it sounds like she's not getting anywhere in the past by being quiet and just choosing to just consider the Merrifields' feelings at the end of the day. It sounds like they're not considering her feelings, so now she's got to start doing what she can. Then she said, I'm not going to tell you that I'm happy because I'm not, and I'm suffering with situations and going through everything at the same time, but I have to think about my daughter and not about me anymore. I believe in God and everything will be fine, so pray for me and my daughter. And I just thought it was interesting, the updates she shared, like the fact that she does see Garrick from time to time, but he's always with Danielle, but they are coming to pick up their daughter, which tells me since they moved to California, that Lorrana likely moved to California too, and they're not too far away from each other since they're able to just drive and come pick up her daughter from time to time. And meanwhile, we got Danielle, and she's out here doing Q&As asking people, what woman are you? Submissive or combative? It's one or the other. And then people were like responding and sharing their questions. And I can't help but think, okay, are you trying to refer to Lorrana in this situation? Are you trying to say, okay, is it better to be like me, the submissive wife who puts up with everything that Garrick does? Or is it better to be like Lorrana, who's combative? That's how I take it in this situation. I mean, she doesn't directly say that's what she's talking about, but after Lorrana came out and said that anytime she expresses her feelings, that she's considered combative, that definitely seems like that's what Danielle's trying to say in this situation, and she's trying to get an outside perspective. Then Danielle posted, Lord, if I lose everything and I gain you, then I have everything. My life belongs to you. And some people took this as, okay, like, is she trying to say something went down? And someone was like, girl, are you okay? And she's like, I'm doing well by the grace and mercy of God. And then she posted some throwback pictures of her and Garrick back in the day. Here's a younger version of Danielle and Garrick when she was carrying one of their sons. And then she posted this video of her dancing to this Jesus music. And this was right after Lorrana did her Q&A that we just covered. Then someone commented under that post, and I kind of feel like what this person's saying has some truth to it. They said Danielle is the Jelaine Maxwell, I think I'm saying that name right, of the operation. She helps to groom these women into thinking this is a safe and happy arrangement, and Garrick chooses foreign women because they're easier to isolate, control, and intimidate. They have limited resources and they have no understanding of American law. It's perfect that they don't speak English well because Garrick isn't interested in them as a person, just as a sexual partner. And I agree. I mean, we all remember when Garrick was arrested after he tried to take and cut off the internet and take the phone from Lorrana whenever they got in that big fight and she tried to call the police. He took the phone and said that he was going to call ICE on her when they're legally married and he can't even technically do that. I mean, he could probably try, but he probably won't have much success. And Lorrana, she didn't know no better, so she was scared, thinking she was about to get deported. And no wonder she's been quiet for so long, because she's probably been scared, and he's probably been lying to her, thinking, oh, you know, if you do this, then I can just get your ass out of the United States today. I wonder where they're going to go from there. Is Garrick or Lorrana eventually going to file for divorce? Because I would think that Garrick's going to want to eventually file for divorce, because he's going to want to eventually replace Lorrana with a new foreign wife. But you guys let me know what you think about everything that Lorrana had to say in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm curious, do you guys think they're going to bring the Merrifields back for another season? I mean, they've been their main couple, TLC's main couple on this show for years. And I kind of feel like the show wouldn't be the same without them. But I don't know. I mean, Lorrana was like saying, you know, I don't have the TV platform, which made it sound like Garrick and Danielle still do. But let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching.